What's up, y'all? My name's Justin, and I've spent the last 6 years as an Army sniper. But I'm here to talk about my new mission, becoming a high performance trader. Some people see trading as gambling, but I see it as precision. All right, so to give you a little backstory, I'm 32 years old. I grew up in Logan, Utah, and I joined the military because I always felt like I needed to go do the hard stuff to be the best version of myself. I always felt a sense of service, and the military seemed like the natural route. So that's what I did. Sniper school was just a luck of the draw thing. I was able to get sniper school straight out of basic training just because I was in the right place at the right time and I was well prepared. There were still standards to go and we had to meet and we had to try out. But the way that COVID worked enabled me to go to sniper school straight out of basic training. So I showed up to my first unit, sniper qualified and ready to go. The military has taught me a ton about life and about myself. Discipline, structure, doing the hard things first, planning, leading. It's insane the amount of stuff that the military has taught me. But when I started to think about what life was going to be after the Army, I really had to figure it out. All right, so fast forward a couple of years, and I had been investing a lot. I'd been investing into the Robinhood account, looking at technical analysis, and then I fell upon crypto. And if anybody knows about crypto in 2021, that was crazy. We had Bitcoin at all-time highs. We had Time Wonderland offering 10,000% APR. We had Ethereum. And it was nuts, right? Well, I worked in Discord communities helping them engage, right? And I met a guy named Jiraiya. And Jiraiya, the way that he called price action on Bitcoin and Ethereum was magical. I was just amazed and I couldn't understand it at all. So I ended up messaging him. I said, "Hey man, how are you doing this?" And he said, "I'm going to teach a boot camp. Why don't you join?" And I said, "I'm down. Let's go." So I joined this boot camp, 5-day boot camp, and it taught a very simple strategy that worked for some people. Did not work for me, but it didn't matter. I was hooked because I met somebody that did it. And seeing people that really do it made it a reality to me. Jiraiya made a living off of reading charts and making accurate calls and taking that risk. And that was it. That was all I needed. I just needed to see that somebody really did it, and I was done. The freedom was the biggest part of this for me. I didn't care about the Lamborghinis that people posted. I didn't care about the multiple houses or the $20,000 a month payouts that people posted. For me, it was freedom, because that's always been the most important part of my life. Freedom. Freedom to be with your family. Freedom to do what you want, when you want, how you want. Freedom to not have to do what you have to do. And that was what hooked me. So how did I get here? I started applying everything that I knew from being a sniper to being a good trader. What does that mean? I needed patience. I needed patience to wait through the market. I needed patience to wait for my setup. I needed precision. When I saw my setup, I needed to know exactly what it looked like, and I needed to be able to pull the trigger on it. I needed calm under pressure. When my back's against the wall, I can't freak out. I can't be emotional. I have to analyze and logically make a decision. And that applies to the market. The biggest thing that came from the military is it's not just trigger pulling. It's everything you do outside of the trigger pulling that applies to that one time you get to pull the trigger. So in trading, it's not the actual execution of the trade. It's everything you did leading up to that trade. It's the journal. It's the sleep. It's the pre-morning routine. It's the nutrition. It's the family life. It's your entire encompassed well-being outside of that single execution that needs to be lined up. And it's the same thing in the military. It's not the one time you get to shoot a target really, really far away. It's everything you did before that. It's all the reps you did in the gym. It's how well you're rested. It's how good your breathing is. It's how good your support is that goes into that fraction of a second of action that you get to have. So I started applying that to my trading. I started to think not more is better, it's just being better is better. And that took me really far. And that's how I got where I am today. Being a funded trader, having some payouts, I'm definitely not where I want to be. And by no means am I a pro. But taking those parallels of being a sniper into trading definitely gave me a boost. So here are my top 3 lessons that I've learned from the last 3 years of putting together being an Army sniper to being a trader. Number 1 is discipline over emotion. You need to have discipline in every aspect of your life before you come into the markets. That means you need to have discipline to have a morning routine, to have your finances together, to have nutrition, to work out, to have a good family life. Trading is not a part of your foundation. This is a high level skill. This is something that you develop after having a foundation. And having discipline in all those other things gives you the best chances of performing well in the markets. All right. Number 2 is planning, right? You're going to treat every trading day like a mission. In the military, an immense amount of planning goes into the mission. We have PCCs, PCIs, pre-combat checks, pre-combat inspections. We have a primary course of action. We have an alternate course of action. We have pace plans for different alternate plans, right? That's how I treat every day in the markets. I come into the market, I do my analysis, and I say, all right, here's my primary setup, right? This is what I'm expecting to happen. This is the best course of action for me. This is what I want. But if that doesn't happen, here's my secondary setup, right? And if my secondary setup doesn't work, I'm going to sit here and try to find my contingency setup, all right? You have to treat every day in the markets just like a mission. You plan, you check, and you have the discipline beforehand to get everything in place before you actually execute. And then number 3 is that you cannot muscle your way through this process. I tried. I thought that I could just muscle my way through learning and applying technical analysis. And that's all it was. I just needed to learn everything there was and put it together and put it into the markets. But that's not it. And that's one of the greatest things about trading is you have to look at you and who you are and how you are and everything else that you do outside of the market to make it work. Those are my top 3 lessons that I've learned. Now, why am I sharing this? I want to be real. I want to document everything. And I want to inspire somebody who might be going through the same process that I am. Now, social media is absolutely saturated with traders who have made it, right? There's the traders who are buying Lamborghinis and have multiple houses and showing you their $20,000 payouts and everything like that. I don't want to be with that. I'm a no fluff, no bullshit kind of guy. I just want to share and inspire and show you guys that it's possible even when you have obligations and responsibilities that you're carrying out. I've been active duty in the military for the last 6 years. I have 3 kids. I have a wife, and I've still done this. It's possible, and it's possible for you. And I'm hoping that maybe I can provide some sort of knowledge and insight on the reality of this. It's a great thing, and I think that anybody who wants to do it should do it. I think if you want to be a trader, you should absolutely go be a trader because it's the coolest thing in the world. It's one of the hardest things in the world, and that's coming from me. I've been an infantryman. I'm a sniper. I've done some really hard stuff in the military, but trading is hard. So that's why I'm sharing. I would love to be that message to you guys that it's real, just like I got from Jariah. So if you want to grow, if you want to gain discipline in a no bullshit, no fluff sort of manner, watch me. I can be there for you. Shoot me a message. If you want to know anything about the military or trading, or if you just had a good day or a bad day, shoot me a message. That's why I'm sharing. I want to give you a no fluff, no bullshit, true, honest journey of this. None of the Lamborghinis, none of the $10,000 payouts, just me showing you what I'm doing. And if you think that can help you, if you think that you need that, like, subscribe. I'm going to share a ton of stuff. I'm going to be sharing trade insights. I'm going to be posting weekly. I'm going to share the whole thing with you guys. So drop a like, drop a comment, drop a follow. Actually, shoot me a comment on what you guys want to know. What do you want to know about the military, about trading, about how I've carried the sniper mindset over to trading? Anything that you can think of, drop a comment. This content is going to get a lot more, I guess I should say, better in the future. I'm going to film some other stuff while I'm out in the field or just working out or in the daily life, and I'll include it in here. This is just an introductory. This is me. This is how it's going to be. So, yeah, one shot, one kill. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you out there.